Hi, everybody. How's it going? Hello. Welcome to the program. How are things? I'm Jeff Gerstmann. It's Friday. It is time to rank 8-bit Nintendo games. And we're here to do it. This shot did not look this blown out 10 minutes ago. I don't know what the hell happened to it. It's a mystery. It's a mystery, but we're here to rank 8-bit Nintendo games, and that is what we're going to do. We have a big list here. 435 games have made their way to the list. Raid 2020 still holding it down at the bottom, and Mega Man 2 still up at the top. We've got a lot of games in between there, and this next game was suggested by... Scrolling. Greg, who wanted to see this one. Figured, hey, it's kind of like it's the holidays. People are out there doing stuff, so maybe it would be a good time to check in on some of these potentially larger games. I don't know if this will take more time or less time. There might just be a certain amount of disgust with it, and that'll be that. But let's fire it up. You can suggest games as well by going to patreon.com/Jeff Gerstmann, and you can join the advisory panel, and then you could suggest games and help me get these things in order and help me get everything all ranked here. Much like Greg did with this. This is a game called Final Fantasy. The world is veiled in darkness, the wind stops, the sea is wild, and the earth begins to rot. People wait their only hope of prophecy. When the world is in darkness, 4 warriors will come. After a long journey, 4 young warriors will arrive, each holding an orb. What? All right. Here on our rotting earth, respond rate. Do I want 8? Is that the fastest one? Do I need a... Let's go somewhere in the middle, because we don't know if 1 is fast or slow. This is already just audio wise a little rough. Okay, all right. Fighter. We're gonna name this character Fighter. How do I... Okay. Oh, jeez. Pushing left or right advances. There's no... You can't go back. Any input you do here just scrolls through. It's terrible. This is like a terrible interface. It defaulted to Thief. Do we just want Fighter, Thief, Black Belt, and Red Mage? I don't know. Sure. They all have to be 4 characters. I can't name any of them 3 because... Belt. Well, that sounds stupid. I'm gonna guess a white mage heals. I wonder what the difference between a red mage and a black mage is. Great. I love this. This is... Okay. This screen here, this screen here with the town and this stuff, this is everything I remember about this game. That's it. I did play a fair amount of this game when it came out, but I have retained none of it. I remember thinking this game... Well, let's see, what's a nice way of saying this? That this game ain't shit? That you'd be better off with a copy of Dragon Warrior, man. Or, you know, get a Genesis and play some Phantasy Star 2. What are you doing fucking around with this? Anyway, this is Corneria, the Dream City. See your face upon the clean water. How dirty. Come. Wash your face. We got 400G. We got a cane. We got a small blade of some kind. We've got what appear to be nunchucks, a rapier, and a hammer. What do we have on us? Nothing. I think a part of what rubbed me the wrong way about this game initially was, like, honestly, like having to create a whole party and picking classes and stuff. It was a feeling of like, man, if I wanted to play a real role-playing game, I would be on my computer playing real role-playing games. This is a well. You might think that there's something to it, but in fact it is just an ordinary well. Warriors, revive the power of the orbs. Yeah, man, you know what? You know, you could go play like a Pool of Radiance or something. Who will learn the spell? Fighter. Can Fighter learn spells? No? I want to learn Slep. Okay, so we have to pay for spells, looks like. Do we have any? Two on level 1. The king assured that someday the Light Warriors will come to save the princesses, just as in Lucan's prophecy. I like Lucan. He turns into a dragon and fucking bites the guy in half. That's cool. It's cool when he does that. Please save the princess. So is this going to be the same town or is this different town? This is same town. Yeah. The Dream City. Are you guys the Light Warriors? In sadness, the queen locked herself inside. Well, not much of a good lock. I am Jane. Please save my daughter. Okay. I don't remember any of this. Character names and Jane and all this. Garland used to be a good knight until... Now, Garland sounds familiar. I hope we get some nice chaos in this game. Oh, my sister. Light Warriors. Yep, that's definitely us. Garland has kidnapped the princess. Please help her. You got anything for me? Money? I mean, you know, what does the kingdom have to help with this endeavor? You're gonna give me like a sharp stick or something to get out there? No, nothing? The temple to the northwest. Let's go around and look at that. So can we get to that wizard? Or are you in a what? No, that's not. All these castles got to have a weird way of like, you walk around the back and then there's another wizard you can talk to. And it kind of sucks to get there. $400 ago, the treasury was locked by the mystic key. Our ancestors gave the key to the Prince of Elfland. The Prince of Elfland? Like, you know, I've never been a guy that's like real big on Final Fantasy stories to begin with. But at least they've gotten better than, we've given it to the Prince of Elfland. I found an energy drink that I haven't had before. We'll put it on the list later. But it's a Jolly Rancher Blue Raspberry C4. Pretty excited about it. Nothing like a nice blue raspberry, hopefully. Let's see how that goes. Okay, yeah, that smells like a nice blue raspberry. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Ooh, the aftertaste on it is a little weird. Okay, so I have nothing other than someone said maybe it's in the northwest. I have no items, no nothing, so I'm guessing that I need to at least attempt to outfit myself. I think I like it when games like you create like a character or you have like a character that you care about and then the other party members kind of come and go and they have their own thing going on. When it comes to like console role-playing games. Alright, I'm guessing that the fighter can use a rapier. He seems like he would probably take the dagger. And then y'all get canes. All right, I'm gonna guess that one of these guys can wear chainmail. Well, hopefully this game has a "this person can't use this" notification if I am attempting to put something on someone who can't use it. We'll give the wood armor to the thief because that seems like that would be how that would go. And obviously these fuckfaces can only wear cloth. Ruse. Nope. Let's teach fire to the red mage, I guess. Oh, I can't learn that. Okay. Okay, good. I'm glad it at least didn't let me waste money. Harm. Well, what the fuck can this red fucking guy know? Alright, he knows how to fucking hit people with a cane, apparently. Let's go. Out of my way. You dickhead. Nothing. Oh, so that is my other... Right, now I remember why this game is straight bullshit. Any game that lets you pick a fucking target, and if that target dies on a previous hit, the guy just walks out and swings at nothing because his target is dead and doesn't fucking retarget, is fucking terrible. Fucking terrible. Even in this era, by the time, you know, this was 1990 by the time it came out in the States, right? Like, fucking bullshit. Monsters perished. This battle screen is pretty underwhelming too. I mean, even compared to something like Dragon Quest 1. you know, this just like, here's this black background with a little bit of trees up top. Like, it's not a great looking screen. Yay! Monsters perished. I wonder if that was me, it's saying I need 23 more points than I have, or if I just need to get to 23 to, What can I even drink? Nothing. Let's see if we can deduce here from this. Okay. Wait, so I'm getting XP and then it's being distributed amongst the characters? It's not even each character gets XP? Boy. Boy, this game is really an old one of those, isn't it? Hi! No one touches my princess, Light Warriors! Hi, Garland will knock you all down. Oh, geez, this seems like a... Okay. This will probably be fine. I expected this would we would just get... Okay, there it is. I was gonna say, I was expecting us to just get wiped out in one hit. Aw, Thief is sad. I mean, I'm just guessing here, but like they probably don't intend for me to win this fight, right? I guess we'll find out the hard way. I did not... What? Wait, what? Alright, roll credits, I guess. That's... Okay. Now that's fucking chaos. Luck up. Well, I'm not really in a position to fight these fucking bats if it's gonna make me fight these fucking bats. Uh-oh. Come on. Oh, that's a weird wall. You can't do that. All right. Oh, I hope resting at an inn brings that fucking guy back to life. Don't forget, if you leave your game, hold reset while you turn power off. This is also another one of those quality of life things that I think is straight bullshit. An inn that doesn't restore everything. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, whatever. Hey, games do it. Games did it all the time. And then they realized there's nothing fun about this. There's absolutely nothing fun about this. And let me guess. He respawns with 1 HP, doesn't he? You asshole. Are there any spells like, well, now maybe now that he's level 2, are there like more spells I can put on the fucking red guy? Because okay, there, he learned fire that time. I don't even know what lit does. Okay, now that we're not on the verge of death, god damn it. Also, how do we... I don't want this loser in the front of my fucking thing. How do I put the fighter back in the... select button? Ugh. Mad pony. I mean, it kind of looks like a unicorn. Like, that's a horn. I mean, you know. The healer's cane did more damage than your fucking fire spell. Grimp! Grimp! Do they recover HP on leveling? No, like just every asshole move. They didn't even know they were asshole moves back then, right? They were just moves. Hopefully, okay. I was gonna say, hopefully that guy didn't respawn. So, you are the Light Warriors. Thank you. Oh. Okay. I was worried that she was going to be corrupted and I have to fight her or something, or that I would have to fight the bats. This loot has been passed down. Garland stole it when he can. Please accept it. It might just come in handy. It's a loot. Now get ready for your trip and make the orbs shine again. What? We're just four fucking dudes out hanging out. Like, why would we do any of this? I ordered a bridge built to the continent. There's something about the pitch or something. There is something about the music in this game that is actually making me crazy. Like it is like it just exists at a certain spot in my head here with the other audio that I am finding it really abrasive. Really abrasive. Legend says that the loot can break the evil gate. Good to know. I guess let's go see what the queen is doing now. Hey, thanks. Yeah, no problem. It's weird, like in some ways this game feels like older to me than even Dragon Quest 1, which is like not a friendly game to play, is also just a fucking grind fest. Like, but I don't know. That game has a look to it that I think stands up better. Again, I think the combat in this game looks terrible. I was just gonna save. No, you piece of sh... If I had some kind of boat or something, maybe it would go there. I don't know. Ah, bridge to the continent. Right. Nice late title card. This is it's nice. It's a cool touch that a lot of games did not get in these days. Each holding an orb that 2,000 years ago shine with beauty from within, but now only darkness. But yeah, 1990 by the time Nintendo themselves decided to publish it over here. Nas is like... production of Square A-Team. It's very silly. It's funny to think, because I think, you know, when you compare this game to other games that were already happening around this time, I mean, by the time the games were out in the US, I suppose, not necessarily 87. That's a slightly different comparison. It's really a wonder that this was the franchise out of all of the other things that were happening in the role-playing space at the time, that this was somehow the one. I mean, it's very easy to make the argument like, well, yeah, I mean, Phantasy Star wasn't going to take off because no one had a Master System. Like, yeah, of course. Of course, no one had a Master System, and it never would have mattered. I had a Master System, but I did not have Phantasy Star. I was the only person I knew that had a Master System. When Phantasy Star 2 came out on the Genesis, I liked that game a great deal. Magic spell? Did this mystify people originally? Was this something that people like? Because I remember seeing this in Nintendo Power, like it was some kind of big, I don't know, maybe I just like, maybe my brain is bad, but like, or maybe my brain is too good, but I just look at this and say, oh, this is backwards. It's push B select. I did it. I pushed B select. I didn't do anything. Oh, God. It's a very abrasive noise, and it stops the music also, which is... The crystal. Okay. Yo, you got 6 of these? Oh, these are just wolves. It's not. It'll be okay. Great. It's not like a frontline backline thing, right? This doesn't seem advanced enough for that. It's not because I'm attacking the guys in the back. Now we're missing just as much up here. I just want to see something that looks like a second town or dungeon or something like that, and I think that'll probably be enough. Yeah, I owned this game, and I lent it to a friend. I spent some time playing it, and really didn't get into it. And so I lent it to a friend, and then he went off and played it for like as many hours as you could possibly play, and gave me back a cartridge with like maximum level saves, end game, whatever's on it. And I'm like, oh, you played a lot of this, huh? Creep. Keep it on the down low, nobody has to know, so I creep. Yeah. Yeah, this is like the hits, man. Everybody's dying. It seems bad. Am I hitting these guys for one? Can't run. We can die, though. Good. I'm guessing I don't need to go to that cave now because I can just, yeah. I learned this hot tip. Yeah. Oh, I can't even, like, skip this, huh? This is a choice. That lady was looking for a crystal. When we find the crystal, we'll go back and see her. Grolf. This is fucked. Am I supposed to just, like, grind around the castle for another level or two? Lit must be lightning, huh? I was thinking it was like, oh, I would use it in dark rooms to make sure that they are lit. But now I'm like, oh, yeah, that's a lightning spell. That's why I'm not running. You can't turn your back on the wolf pack. You're gonna end up in a body bag. Not really feeling the battle music in this game. Some hot compositions on this cartridge, but... Terminated. I do like Terminated. Like, hey, the victory music is good, but, like, you don't need me to tell you that. Hey, guess what? The music they kept forever... They kept it for a reason. Alright, can I fucking... Alright, what are we gonna do here? Okay. That'll be enough for now. Iguana! That does not look like an iguana. It didn't look like there was a way through where I was. I don't know where I need to go. I guess I could look at the map. Got all these hot 1 damage attacks. This is going great. This is going good. He's got nothing. There. So that's that cave up top. I guess, all right. I always forget that, like, for some reason the forest in this game does not, like, looks like rocks that you cannot, maybe it's a color blindness thing, but it does not look like something. Fuck these guys. But something about that, the look of the forest stuff just looks like rocks to like, hey, this is a barrier, you can't go this way type stuff. Okay. Help! Yeah. Tell me about it, buddy. There's a bunch of friggin' punk rockers. Punk rockers versus pirates in the ultimate showdown. Look at this fucking guy. I'm Bicke the pirate. And surprised I am that you scurvy dogs have the nerve to face me. That's a lot of fucking pirates. Also, just the number of spells system as opposed to the number of spells per level. Like, I feel like that's a very appropriate for the role-playing games of yore. When you look at how D&D worked with spells and how many spells you could cast without resting and all of the other rules around spell casting. Like, that sort of stuff makes some amount of sense. But I think, in the context of a video game and how you are playing the game, I think that this spell system really fucking sucks. Okay, you got me. Take my ship! The elves live across the sea. Montoya's herb is the only thing that will wake their prince. Alright, so I guess I got a boat now, huh? Thank you. We don't need to be afraid of no pirates no more. Apparently that's not a real door. You got heals, you got pures, you got tents, you got cabins. Cabins are expensive. Gloves. How much can I equip at a time? Like, there's no, it doesn't show slots on the equip menu. So, like, I assume the fighter can equip a shield. Let's look at weapons first. I mean, surely they're not going to say, oh, you equipped gloves and so you took your armor off. I'm sure that they... Nothing here. There are no ports in the north. You, old man. I have escaped from Melmond in the west. My town is in trouble. Please help them. Y'all got spells? What up, B Magic? Trying to get that ice. Get up, my man B Magic. You got the fucking cleanest ice on the west side. Always tempting to just buy a weapon for who you perceive as to be your main character. Like, oh, this is going to take all my money, but, well... Who do we think could use this? Anyone? Let's try this. Wait, what happened to the one you had equipped? What? Wait, why do you... What happened to that cane? Did it just get wiped out in his inventory? Oh, he's got... Oh, it was a trade. It was an item trade. Okay. Okay, so we can still sell that cane. I'm here to sell cane. I understand the other gentleman is selling ice, but I am serving cane? Boat. Oh, look at how fast this boat goes. Oh no, boat monsters. Sahags. I didn't realize we have to deal with boat fights. Thief is sad. Oh, I just want to lay down. Me too, Thief. Me too. Thief seems like Thief sucks. I'm getting the impression that Thief maybe sucks. Maybe Thief is a carry. Thief's a hard carry. Thief is sad again. Ah, man, I gotta tell you. I am finding the menu navigation and just the action of this combat to be Also, I don't like the look of the creatures. I think a lot of the artwork in this game sucks. Like, a lot of the battle artwork here for these enemies here, like, has not been great. I think that the look of your characters, I have always thought that they looked stupid. So it's just kind of, yeah, I don't... So that one guy said something about he had a town to the west or something that was under attack. Let's see if we can boat our way over this way. Sahag. Shark. Just gotta fight a fucking shark. Critted that shark. I did the critty on him. It's a technical term. That's what they call it. That's what they've always called it. When you hit the critty. It's a genre term. You might not be familiar with it. As a role-playing game, as a long-time role-playing game fan and player. This stuff just takes forever and doesn't look good. Like, I think the battle stuff in this game is... oh, I can't go through stuff like that? I thought I could. Maybe just make the select button be the map, and then have B select be the fucking swap guys around thing. You know? There's no dock. Okay, yeah. Arachnids. Everybody's hurt, huh? Does this game have status effects in it? Am I gonna get poisoned by these freaking spiders? Only one way to find out. Fire. You use fire on spiders. Poison. Good. Still kind of can't help but feel like I should be wandering around the castle in circles right now, just getting in fights and leveling up. Dude, how many fucking hits does it take for these fucking guys? I guess when I'm doing 2 damage with a lot of these characters, the answer is forever. Does cure poison? I'm gonna guess it doesn't, because why would you have a heal spell also cure a status effect? That would be crazy. I'm gonna guess this is also the type of game where you don't just magically lose all your status effects at the end of combat, and then you get to walk around and take damage until you find an antidote or it runs its course. Nothing. You ain't got no level 2 spells. Oh, cool. Oh, it's a cave. It's not a town at all. I thought this was going to be a town. This thing blinking on the map over here. Alas, it is not. Oh, this will be fine. This ogre looks okay, but it's, yeah, well, a lot of the enemy art. Okay. That is Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy. Yeah, I think that's a game with a lot of ugly edges. Like, it's funny to think now, when you think about, you know, the first couple of Dragon Warrior releases in the States. You know, Dragon Warrior 1 is a very straightforward video game. You could say to a fault, I think, when you look at the genre or you look at the platform and some of the other games that came out on the platform and all of that stuff, right? But I think just from a presentational perspective, Dragon Warrior looks fantastic. I mean, the art's better. You know, you could say, oh, well, they enlisted outside help. It's like, yeah, well, I don't know. Yeah, maybe these folks should have done. I don't know. But well, when you go back into the tales and the stories about the development of Final Fantasy 1 and everything, you know, you maybe start to see why some of these things were the way they were. But yeah, it's in some ways it's fascinating how many things from this game became canonized in a way that it, like, oh, they felt that they had to stick to it, certain types of character designs, or, you know, when they did tactics and they kind of, yeah, like some of the stuff they did to kind of honor some of these original designs and looks and styles and stuff. I think the audio in this is really rough. It's like it's a real shame, because you know that these are good compositions because you've heard some of them a billion times with better instrumentation and all of that, and you go like, oh yes, these are good songs. And I think the NES sound hardware is capable of better, and I feel like they did not necessarily find a good way to render that music. There's something very piercing is the word. There's something extremely off-putting about the music and a lot of the audio in this game that is a damn shame. And yeah, I don't know. Like this game just feels very abrasive. Like when we, you know, like the one of the original things when I sat down and said, I'm going to play all of these NES games, like the thing I was trying to find out was literally, do these games still hold up, or are they all bad now? You know, because the so many of the games became canonized, right? Of just like, no, these are the good games, these are the big ones. We're not going to say anything bad about these. These are all just the amazing games of our youth, and these are great, fantastic games forever and ever. And so going back, I was trying to see, like, you know, how do these games hold up? How are these games still, you know, like how is this all working out? And I think that this game doesn't. I think that a lot of it, like, I think when you look at other games from this genre on this platform, I think this game looks fucking terrible. Like artistically, I think, you know, the in combat stuff looks just garbage. Out of combat, that stuff I think looks totally okay. For what it is, it's you know, it's very plain. And I like the ideas they had. I mean, that's like ultimately Final Fantasy 1 is a game about, you know, yo man, what if you had an airship? You know, like the stuff. But in other ways, it is so devoted to the early form. It is so devoted, and of course it would be, right? I mean, that, you know, everyone was still figuring it out. It was still a very young genre. You know, 87 when this game came out in Japan, you know, that's still relatively early on. You know, that's not that many years after Hydlide. But I think if you look at stuff like Wizardry and Ultima as those games were coming to Japan, and you know, the influence that probably had on a lot of this stuff, you see how these things fall into place. You see how these decisions become codified as like this. No, this is what this genre is, and it would take time for someone to finally go like, dude, it doesn't need to be this way. No, you don't have to attack air just because your enemy died. Like, just have him attack the next thing. Like, it doesn't need to be this way. We can, you know, make some of the edges of this game just a little bit friendlier in ways that, you know, that keep you focused on the actual cool stuff about these games, which is the story and, you know, the settings and moving forward through these different areas, and, you know, the tactics of the combat, if you're into that thing, of course. But like those are the core things you want to do, you know. And in games where they spend the time to make these systems good, you know, you want to spend time on, a job system, on, leveling up your different aspects of your character, on, whatever secret goals they have hidden to go fight other monsters, and, like the other things that actually make the games good, that make this genre cool. Here, they haven't figured that out yet. And I think if you go back and look at some of the remakes of this game where they did, like imbue it with some amount of quality of life, I think it makes that even more stark here when you go back to the actual original article. So like, this game is ambitious, right? I mean, this is still a time of ambition for this genre, because it is still kind of coming to light for the first time on this platform. And in the States to a certain extent as well, when it comes to this type of genre existing in the United States, the way that it was made in Japan. It's why they call them JRPGs. It's really weird, because if you look at the circle of influence and how all of this stuff occurred, it doesn't always trace back to Japanese origins. And but the Japanese interpretation of the genre is fascinating, and I think it was dominant there for a good long time for a reason, not the least of which is that computer games just kind of went through a weird growth period. Like, computer games had to find themselves as the other computers, the MSX, the Commodore, the Amiga, as those started to fall away into the 90s, and the PC became just the dominant computer platform. The thing to remember is that an IBM PC, a DOS machine, was not a great place to play games until the 90s, really. In terms of audiovisual presentation and just having, like, the quality of that experience starting to hit it, like hitting a certain bar. It's kind of like the late DOS era, and then we get into Windows 95, and that's another weird stumbling block for PC game development, because suddenly everyone's like, oh, you're telling me now you're running even more bullshit in the background that my game has to contend with? Great. Thanks. And so there was a lot of weird, growth and rebuilding and a lot of stuff that happened with computer games. And so along the way, a lot of these role-playing games, I think the genre, like, it had hot hits, right? Those gold box SSI games, the D&D stuff, Pool of Radiance, Dragon Riders, like the other stuff that was coming out there, Curse of the Azure Bonds, and whatever. Those are legendary video games, and for a different set of people, like I was not really a big Ultima guy then. In fact, the first Ultima game I played was the NES Ultima game, which I also think, we'll get to it, but I think that Ultima Exodus is, well, that's nostalgia talking. But I will tell you, as a kid, if you asked me to compare Final Fantasy and Ultima Exodus, Ultima is a good game and Final Fantasy is not. Like, Ultima is, like, that version of that game is such a weird thing in this day and age. But yeah, it's just a fascinating genre because of the weird path it took. And then, you think about the 10 years after this, the 15 years after this, as Final Fantasy becomes ascendant, due in large part to the SNES. I mean, Final Fantasy IV is an amazing fucking video game. And they had worked out, some amount of the kinks by then, right? And that's a fantastic game. And as much as I love Phantasy Star 2 and 3, and respect 4, I did not play 4 when it was new, but because it was too expensive. I was always a Phantasy Star guy, but I can recognize now that just, because of the path the Genesis took and, Nintendo's eventual stomping out of Sega by the end of the 16-bit era, I suppose. You know, Final Fantasy IV is a really, it's a great game. I played so much of it. I also liked Mystic Quest. Like, if you know, it's breezy, man. Don't write it off. A lot of people think like, oh, this is a bullshit game for bullshit people and it's for kids or whatever. Mystic Quest is like, if you just want to fucking hang out and just fucking have a game, man, just like, hey, man, it's just whatever. We're going to chill. We're going to play some fucking Final Fantasy, but not really. Mystic Quest is a hell of a game. But that's neither here nor there. We need to rank this on this list. And we got to figure this out. So Dragon Warrior, let's look it up here. It's fun to call it Dragon Warrior because we don't get to anymore, you know? Nothing wrong with the name Dragon Quest. It's probably a better name overall. It's just fun to talk about Dragon Warrior. Final Fantasy is worse than Dragon Warrior 1. Straight up. Enemy design, all of that, you know, it's just like, man, just top to bottom. Dragon Warrior is just a better take on this genre. And then we kind of run out of like direct comparisons in a weird way. And so it's sort of a strange, you know, it's hard to say a thing like, oh, well, you know, Final Fantasy is not as good. It's no Bonk's adventure. But that's what we've been doing all along. And so we will continue to do it. Final Fantasy is no Double Dragon 2. Is Final Fantasy better or worse than Low G Man, the Low Gravity Man? It's like it's a difficult, you know, the shadow that this game casts. Like I'm having to really sit down and try to put all this stuff out of my mind. Final Fantasy 1 is not as good as Low G Man. It's no Slalom. You know what? It's probably somewhere in this. It's like this zone probably makes sense. It's no Scat. It's no Special Cybernetic Attack Team. Final Fantasy is no Journey to Silius. But it's better than Bases Loaded. Now I gotta, again, there's so much, you have to clear out so much. I have to really clear my head to do this. I hate Bases Loaded. I hate Bases Loaded. I fucking hate Bases Loaded. Again, if this was not a scientific list, Bases Loaded would be, it's the Raid 2020 of baseball games. That's not true, but it is not. I hate Bases Loaded, so it's very easy to knee jerk and say, well, Final Fantasy is definitely better than that. But like, I mean, Final Fantasy is no Clash at Demon Head. But like, it's better than this Port of Elevator Action. A game I love. A game I truly love. Final Fantasy is better than Scoon. It's better than that weird Port of Bobble. It's better than Wampum. Is it better than Iron Tank, The Battle for Normandy? Hmm. Yeah, it's better than The Little Mermaid, which is cool, but yeah. We played a little more Little Mermaid around here a couple weeks back. And my daughter was not having it, which I was surprised. I thought, like, just the power of it being a Little Mermaid game would, like, push her through or whatever. But, like, she was just like, nah. She got to, like, the third level and was just like, yeah, fuck this. So it's better. Final Fantasy is better than Little Mermaid. It's better than Phantom Fighter. Is it better than MC Kids? You know what? Yeah, because it's better than Pirates. Like, is it better than Top Gun? Yeah. It's better than Track and Field 2. It's better than Dusty Diamond's All-Star Softball. It's better than these weird ports of Narc and Smash TV. It's better than Wizards and Warriors. Which, again, yeah, when we talk about games that are, like, somehow in the top 150 that I absolutely fucking hate, Wizards and Warriors, man. Fuck that game. Holy shit. I played so much of that game when it came out. When I first got my hands on it, I played a lot of Wizards and Warriors. It's fucking terrible. Is Final Fantasy better than Rambo? Yeah. It's better than the NES version of Lemmings. It's better than, Lethal Weapon. It's better than Die Hard. Is it better than RC Pro-Am 2? Yeah, it is. It's better than Wacky Races, but it's no Clash at Demon Head, so it's our new number 130. Okay. What is this, 73? Yeah. And there you have it. Better than Wacky Races, but it's no Clash at Demon Head. That's Final Fantasy 1. Okay. Nice to have that off the list. For sure. Nice to never have to play Final Fantasy 1 ever again. Chili Bus wanted to see this next game. This was left over from last week. And I don't know what this is. Maybe looking at the box art will tell me what I need to know. Is this a port of the fucking arcade game? I hope not. Either way. It's Terminator 2. Judgment Day. The story. All right, okay, 10 years ago, they sent a machine from the future to get Sarah Connor, seen below. That's pretty. It failed. This is kind of, this is filthy. Now they have a new target. the future leader of the resistance. Her son, John. Oh, boy. With his Atari portfolio. The battle for tomorrow begins today. Okay. Cyberdyne Systems Terminator Series 800 Model 1, all systems online. Okay, so this is just going to be a fucking real crappy side scroll, like a British side scroller then. Look at how big this truck is compared to these people. Compared to like these friggin' punk rockers or whatever. Use arrows to locate targets. Find leader. So is this like a shooting sequence then? Oh no, okay. I don't like hate the way that these characters look and move and stuff. Like they're, you know, it's like a relatively fluid animation. No, how do I unpause? What is it? This is nonsense. This arrow system. Can't take on more than one of them or you will take damage. Cool. No air attack. Cannot jump down. So like this arrow system is supposed to point me towards the leader, I guess, but like there's no designated, like these guys weren't here before. So it's really just kind of like, hey, beat everybody up, and then you get to advance to the right. guy was just asleep behind that pool table. No, so was that guy. Nothing about this game feels great. It's like it moves a little faster and a little smoother than you might think, and like that's kind of neat, but it's not. Uh-oh. This guy's wearing those Mega Man boots. Terminators are tough, man. Terminators are made of fucking weird metal. They can punch real hard, as seen here by me hitting this fucking weird biker in the knee a billion times. I assume these are hits and it's not like him swaying, right? Oh, God. Acquired boots, acquired clothes, acquired motorcycle. It's good. Someone saw the movie, at least. There he is. Oh, wow. dude. Did I land on that dude and knock him over? This is the opposite of fun. Like, just you walk to the edge and then an arrow appears that says, okay, now walk to the left again and go beat some dudes up until we tell you that you killed the right guy. Like, it could have just been like, hey, you got to beat everybody to proceed. Like any kind of belt scrollery kind of, you know, ding, ding, ding kind of thing, you know? Instead, they don't even really give you like a good on-screen or like an audio indication that you have like you're now allowed to move forward. Okay. That did it. Huh? Okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Are you shitting me? What the fucking fuck? I don't have any way to go faster. It just sucks me back into the truck and I die. There's no, like, up doesn't... What the fuck, man? This is terrible. Was I riding on top of that motorcycle for a minute? Okay. Oh. Putting so many enemies on screen, it can't handle it. It's too good. Hit and run tactics. That's, you know, when you go and you see, you know, the Terminator and you think about what type of tactics does a Terminator employ, it's all about punching and walking away and punching again and, you know, like constantly falling back. Jumping and landing within punch range and then immediately jumping out to avoid damage. Getting hit with a pool cue definitely would really fuck up the Terminator, would absolutely ruin him, you know, so he's smart to run away. The deaths are so like there's just the I don't know. I guess maybe there's something kind of cool about the abruptness of the static. It's definitely different. Okay, let's try this driving bullshit again. What the hell? So you can, yeah, so I can hold down and what, why did, great. This is fucking crazy. It is wild how fucking bad this is, dude. I'm shooting! The door is not open. I'm astounded at how bad that is. I'm really it's got decent music, and that's really I feel like that's all I can say about it. It's a bad time all around. Man, I don't. How does that happen? I mean, you know how it happens, whatever. But Jesus. It's no Final Fantasy. It's no elevator action. Golgo 13 is a better game. Solstice, the quest for the staff of Deimos, is a superior product. I might say you would be better served with a copy of Dino Wars, Destruction of Spondylos. James Bond Jr., a better licensed game, a better game, period. The Flintstones, The Rescue of Dino and Hoppy? Sure. I'd take that 10 times out of 10. This Taito version of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade? Better game. Fester's Quest? Better game. Bram Stoker's Dracula is a better game. The Ultimate Walking Simulator, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, is a better game than Terminator 2. Toki is a better game. Roller Games is a significantly better game. You'd be better off with Target Renegades somehow. Bard versus the World is more coherent than this. Skate or Die 2, The Search for Double Trouble, that's a better game. Nightmare on Elm Street, somehow somehow a better game, but this is feeling right. It's actually, yeah, it occupies a very similar space to The Adventures of Bayou Billy in terms of its levels of bullshit. It's better than Super Pitfall. It's not as good as The Adventures of Bayou Billy. It's probably somewhere in here. Terminator 2 is... It's worse than The Simpsons Bart versus the Space Mutants. It's worse than Casino Kid. It's worse than the Black Bass USA. But it is better than the Snoop... No, it's worse than the Snoopy Silly Sports Spectacular. But it is better than this shit version of Ghostbusters. It's our new number 388. What a terrible fucking thing, dude. I almost would have... I definitely would have been more interested in a crappy port of the arcade game, the gun game, that a lot of other machines got, but primarily 16-bit machines got that. And there are a lot of bad versions of that gun game, of that arcade game. A lot of bad home versions of that light gun game. That's for sure. That's Terminator 2. God damn. Yuck. All right. I'm feeling good about this one. Ian wanted to see it. It's unlicensed. A cool arcade game. It's Rolling Thunder. This is a cool arcade game. I want to say this come out on Genesis. I may have played it mostly on Genesis. Bullet. Oh, what? Oh, I got touched. I got murdered. I like the weird, I mean, you know, I think the sprites in the original arcade game are similar to, you know, this is like a decent representation of those, but his weirdly svelte, like this is, you know, for a video game character, this is a weird looking dude with his long, skinny legs. They don't make him like this no more. I did it again. I jumped into the guy and then bounced into that guy and then I'm dead. Man. Oh. Oh my. Arms. I love arms. The overscan on the sides is really fucking with me. I should maybe adjust that. Oh man, it's kind of hard to avoid. Oh, are these tires? This is supposed to be tires. Cannot shoot while jumping. Boots on the ground gaming right here. Okay. Oh no. Those guys are psyched. Whoa! Fuck. I'm trying to land just shy because I want to get in that door. Okay. This plays well enough. I don't know. I think some of the enemy placement and just the way you take damage in this game. And I'd probably I would say the same thing about the arcade version of this game as well. Is that it's a little funky. No, that's just, well, I fucked it up anyway. This mess of colored boxes. But like, yeah, you can stand on them, but it looks weird. Yeah, this is just a funky look. I can't quite reach it. Ah! Now do it again. See, like having a guy drop out of the sky right there. It's not, that's like, it's not fair. Why did I not? Okay. Like I got no bullets in there. No bullets in the bullet room. Great. Bounce, bounce, dead. That stuff's a bummer. It's... Not very smart. Just a door for door's sake. Nothing like a little door from time to time. Fuck. This game, I think, if it just had a couple more options, like if I had like a good jump kick or something in this, that would be real cool. They're kind of not too far off from making like a really good follow-up to something like Elevator Action, and obviously like Elevator Action would eventually get its own cool sequel that is not entirely dissimilar to this, but like, man, this just ends up feeling like limiting, I guess, is the what the oh my. These guys down here working the computer are psyched, punching the air, looking at this lady. Ah! Creeps! Psychos do not explode when you shoot them, no matter how crazy they are. Fuck you. Like, the machine gun is not significantly better than your default gun either, because, you know, it's you really are just trying to time the placement of your shots, and having an abundance of them only helps a little bit. It's not really the limiting factor that makes some of this so hard. It's the reaction time of an enemy dropping out of nowhere, or, you know, a weird placement. Yeah. And you're kind of not as mobile as you wish you were, I guess, I'm finding. You know, primarily is because you can't shoot in the air, you know, like the like you have to take it slow and think about what you're doing, because you can't just fucking shoot your way out of any situation. Like, if you overcommit and jump too far and an enemy spawns, you're just fucked. And that's not cool. I don't know, that's I remember the arcade version having a certain amount of that, like, you know, like that it was like sometimes frustrating because of those sorts of things, but like I don't remember it being quite like this. Having the cats be small enough to like have their crouch be under, you know, your ducked shots is also annoying. Tricked that stupid cat. Ah, see, that guy crouch shoots. Just an extra little fuck you that they came up with. Like, what about midway through the 3rd level, we make it so there's a guy who can crouch when he shoots? Yeah, they'll never see it coming. That's just great. Yeah, I don't know, man. This is okay. It's just it feels incomplete, you know? Like other games down the line would do this better. You know, some from the same folks, you know, like a Codename Viper and what have you. And obviously, you know, not on this platform, but Elevator Action Returns is a hell of a game. You know, this is just a game that came out in Japan. You know, like there's a lot of these Namco games that the Tengen brought over are just Famicom games. You know, they're not unlicensed in the same way that, say, Bible Adventures or whatever is unlicensed. You know, these are full-on regular-ass video games that just didn't get published in the U.S. by a licensed publisher at the time. You know, the same way, I mean, RBI Baseball is a Namco game, you know, and so when Tengen brought it over, and at the time, well, they had their time when they were licensed and their time when they weren't, and all of that. So, you know, you ended up with two versions of that. I don't believe there is a licensed version of Rolling Thunder in the U.S. I think it only came out on the black carts. Those black cartridges did look cool. You gotta give it to them. This is disappointing. I feel that, you know, a lot of times when I play Rolling Thunder, I always come away from it going like, this game is almost awesome. And some of the sequels and stuff they would do later, I think, are better in a few ways. But like, if you could shoot while you were jumping, that would be a big good change for just your options, your ability to react to tight situations. Instead, the game feels like it's just built on like, take a few steps forward because you know there's going to be some fucker that drops out of the sky, or, you know, hey, some guy is throwing a grenade at you off screen, and, you know, like there's just too many of those sorts of situations that this game has for it to feel good. I mean, that said, it's better than the mutant virus crisis in a computer world. You know, I mean, you know, let's not be too crazy here. It's better than Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Great pinball machine. And that's about it. It's better than Target Renegade. It's better than Pinball Quest. It's better than Hudson Hawk and RoboCop 2. It's better than Ghoul School. It is better than Street Fighter 2010 The Final Fight. It is better than Bad Dudes. Because it's a funky port, but like this is starting to feel right. It's better than Hudson's Adventure Island 1. It is better than Captain Comic The Adventure. It's better than Ninja Kid. It's not better than the Flintstones The Rescue of Dino and Hoppy. It's not better than G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero. It's no Battletoads. Gremlins 2 is a better game. Dragon Power is a better game. The Blue Marlin is a better game. But that's, you know, that's kind of... It is better than The Ultimate Stuntman. Is it better or worse than Captain Skyhawk? That's a weird one. You know what? It's better than Rollerball, but it's no Captain Skyhawk. It is our new number 248. I like Rolling Thunder. I always have. But it was always kind of a style thing. You know, even the arcade game, it just has such a cool fucking style to it. But then when you really try to pick it apart, there's just aspects of it that feel like not the best thought out. They could have found a little more fun in there. But here we have it, 248. Congratulations to Rolling Thunder and Ian, who suggested that one. Next up. This is a game I don't know what we're in for. I mean, I know what we're in for here, but I don't. This is one of those games where I'm like, did this hold up? Does this hold up? Yes or no? I'm not sure. It's 1943. The follow-up to 1942. The prequel to 1941. In 1940, our main fleet and the enemy's mobile unit has become an intense battle off the coast of Valhalla Island. Okay, we have 3 points to be distributed here. This is stuff that was not in the arcade version, if I remember correctly. You didn't distribute points. We want a little bit more offensive power. We hit the B button to do this, which is weird. How about a little more energy level and a little more special weapon time limit? Fight bravely. Okay, which button's which? Let's find out. B button is shoot. Okay. So much like a game like Gauntlet, our energy is constantly draining. And we can recover it with those POWs. But if we shoot the POWs, they will eventually turn into special weapons, like this shotgun here. And so the game is sort of a push and pull between making sure you're getting POWs to keep your energy on the up and up, along with, you know, getting special weapons. It's the sort of thing where a turbo controller can kind of sway things one way or the other in terms of the decisions that you make, because the default weapon, when you're firing it in a turbo-like manner, is pretty good. All right. The other cool thing this game does that 1942 did not do is we go down close and blow up the ships. So, like, as far as like an upgrade to 1942, man, it is like night and day. And we can also use some power here to stop things. A little lightning strike. Oh, right. Gotta fade out the background for the big ship. It's too crazy. Downside of this game is that when you get below 20 energy, it has its own version of like the Sonic the Hedgehog drowning music. And it's miserable. And so if you're hovering around that 20 mark and you're going into and out of the danger zone, having it flick that music on and off as you go just is disruptive to your brain. But if you could not use the music that Sonic the Hedgehog has to drown to, and you had to come up with new music for it, or use different music for it, this game has it. The nice thing about this game is when you do get shot, you just lose some energy. It's not like a one-hit death sort of thing. And so your ability to recover from bad situations, I think, is not bad. We got an extra point. We found an extra point. Let's get some defensive power. Found a cow. Okay, all right. Oh. We did it. Sink a ship. Fight bravely, okay? So yeah, I think that, you know, this is a significantly better game than 1942. Also, I think that this ends up being a little bit better than even, well, better is maybe not the word, deeper than the arcade version. Let's get our energy level up. There's just, you know, there's a little bit more game here, a little bit more depth here than the arcade version had. But the arcade version is really fucking choice, man. taking some shots here. An air battle. But you hear it? I mean, you know, if you were going to drown Sonic the Hedgehog to some music, you could do it to this. Oh. I like the game overs in quotes. Oh, here's game over. So it starts us back here, but do we start with all our stats and stuff, or do we lose any of that? So it's a weird push and pull with this game. Kind of having to constantly think about your energy level, I think is actually kind of a drag. But it's not unmanageable. You know, you can handle it. And they did kind of an updated version of this game called 1943 Kai that came out on... Well, it was a kind of an update to the arcade version, but then the home version for the super graphics is a home version of Kai, I believe. And that adds some new weapons and cool stuff like that. Oh, I'm getting fucked up here, man. If I had both buttons, you could still do a roll. The 1942 roll is still in there. And it'll hit him with the lightning in the middle of the roll. A little bit of that. So here we're out of energy. So that just means our next hit will kill us. Like that one, for example. And so that's 1943. I think, you know, you know, you'd have your 1941 and your 19XX and whatever else. To me, 1943 was where it topped out, and everything after that I just didn't really care much about. But 1943 is a cool expansion on the ideas of 1942. And I think compared to a lot of shooters of this era on this platform, all of that stuff, like there's a little bit more depth here. And again, that comes with some maintenance, right? Having to worry about your health. And I think that the health could have been represented in a better way than a number down in the corner. I think if they had given that a meter up top or something, just if it had been a little bit more prominent, I think that would have gone a long way in every version of this game. Not just this one, but it's, yeah, because you know, just having it represented as a number is a little weird. And so, yeah, 1943, I think it's a really cool game. I think this is a good port of it as well. And it holds up well. I was not expecting to enjoy that as much as I did, honestly. That still holds up quite well. I mean, it's better than Bible Buffet. That's for sure. It's better than Magic Johnson's Fast Break. It's better than Bomberman. It's better than Krusty's Funhouse. Where's 1942 on the list? So that's a 277. Yeah, I mean it's certainly better than 1942. I like kind of a lot. Also, 1942 was much earlier in the system's life cycle, and so it's just a more rudimentary game. It's not a great port of the original game, but it's okay. You know, the original game just happened to have that music across all versions, except for the Commodore 64 version, which had different music that was actually pretty good. But yeah, I mean, it's better than that. 1943 is better than Pinball. It's better than Toxic Crusaders. Is it better than Milan's Secret Castle? Yeah, it's better than Dino Wars Destruction of Spanyalus. It's better than Solstice, the quest for the staff of Deimos. It's better than a lot of these games we're kind of putting in, that ended up in this weird arcade block here. You know, your Russian Attacks and Akari Warriors here. Akari Warriors actually is probably worth a conversation. Is it better than Akari Warriors? Akari Warriors just adds so much to the arcade game in terms of length and weirdness, but you lose so much of the actual cool fucking shit about that original arcade game there that it's a real toss up of a game. I mean, I love it. This was, if we were not talking science, Akari Warriors would be higher on this list. 1943 is better than Akari Warriors, scientifically speaking. In our hearts, the answer is exactly opposite. But here we are. It's better than Sky Kid, another game about flying. It's better than Scoon. It's a better game than Top Gun. It's better than Smash TV. It's better than RC Pro Am 2. It's better than Snow Brothers. This is Snow Bruvs in it. It's Nick and Tom. It's better than Section Z. It's better than Astyanax. It's better than Zombie Nation, the game. It's better than Tag Team Wrestling. Yeah, it's better. It is a better game than Star Force, but it is no Gradius. I mean, it's certainly no Xanac. It's not as good as POW. No, wait. I was thinking of a different game. No, is it better or worse than POW Prisoner of War? Let's work our way there. All right. It's better than Star Force. It's better than Dragon Warrior 1. It's not as good as Xanac or the Guardian Legend. It's not as good as TMNT 2. It's better than The Adventures of Lolo. It's better than Super C. better than Rescue Rangers. It's not as good as Gradius. It's not as good as Gradius. Another tough one for me on a personal level. But I guess scientifically speaking, is 1943 better than Strider? Man. It edges it out just ever so slightly, man. Strider is just... If Strider was like 5% less janky on the jumping, even if you want to get that specific, I think that it would be a much better game. But that really holds it back. It holds back an amazing video game. It is still an amazing video game. But that's it. It's not better than the Battle of Olympus. It's not better than POW Prisoner of War. It's certainly not better than Gradius. It's our new number 59. Does this have a subtitle here in the state? Did they give this? Yeah, the Battle of Midway. Okay. Okay, how are we doing on time? We might not be able to fit. Oh, yeah, we can. Yeah. All right. I got time for one more here. This is from your friends at Data East. Little 1987 joint. Not that many. This is, I don't think we have any games prior to 87 left on the list. It's BreakThru. Fight your way through the mountains. Watch for landmines and falling rocks. This is a game about a jumping car that can shoot. So it's like they sat down and said, you know, bump and jump is a cool game, but what if we did it side-scrolling and made it so that you could shoot? Oh my gosh. Okay. So weird thing about this game. It shoots on the negative edge. Or rather, what is it doing here? I gotta go faster to make that jump. Basically, like turbo doesn't work. It's just, yeah, like turbo is it's pushing the button too fast or something, I think is what it is. Okay, we gotta get going faster. Man. This was originally an arcade game. I think the arcade version of this is decent. This version... maybe not as much. Yeah, so the rocks will still get you. They don't really, it's hard to get a sense for where the rocks are going to land, because they don't give you any kind of shadows at all. And so in that case, I was like, well, maybe they'll land high. They landed right in my path. And that's that. Ugh. And you want to go slow, but you kind of can't go as slow as you would like because you need to be able to make those jumps. All right. Now we're shooting. Uh-oh. Okay, it's starting me a little bit later in the level now. We're making our way through. Okay, that was not some pickup. That was not like a heart or a ball or something. That's just, you break into that, it kills you. Got it. Got it. See, you want to jump to avoid the shots of that fucking thing, but then that puts you in a bad position to... There we go. Break the enemy lines in the bridge area. Stay alert. Watch for falling rockets. It's a weird way of putting it. You mean like someone's shooting rockets at me? This game is some bullshit. Kind of slop your way through it. I mean, it does have kind of mid-level checkpoints, so that's, you know, helpful to a certain degree. But man, this is a game I remember liking. This is a game I remember going like, oh, this is something kind of cool. Like, it's not a great game, but BreakThru's kind of neat. And I think there's something about the arcade version where it does, you know, look better and all of that, and the music's a little bit better as well. But this just feels very janky. Like the audio is cutting in and out. Depending on what's on screen, they're not managing their audio channels as well as maybe some other games would have. Okay. Oh man. Dun, dun, dun. This little intro tune, I think, is better on other versions of the game as well. Like, it's one of the main things I remember about this game, probably. But here it is not rendered extremely well, which is funny because I remember this being the version that I primarily played. But I guess, you know, years of access to MAME and everything else have probably left me much more familiar with the arcade version of the game, I suppose. Ha 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 ha! So I gotta make it through that part where everybody's shooting, and I gotta get back up to full speed super fast so that I can be ready. Okay. Oh God. Okay, all right. That's an interesting one. Okay. These missiles come back around on you, so you have to be ready to... Okay. Are these... Those don't look like falling rockets to me. Alright. Bang our heads on this for a couple more minutes here, but... Ah! Seems like they are generous with the continues. This is not cool. This game is not. This game is not cool. It's a shame, because I remember thinking this game was at least like sort of cool. I remember being kind of bad, but like in a way you could sort of believe in, you know. But the jump feels weird. Everything about it feels bad. Be ready to jump the pond while fighting the enemy. You know me. Nope. Shit. All right. All right, BreakThru. That's BreakThru. That's a tough one. I remember liking BreakThru. I would if you would ask me, are you a fan of BreakThru? I might have said, "Oh yeah, BreakThru. Yeah, cool, man." BreakThru is not a cool game. I need to play the arcade version one of these days just to, remind myself, maybe that version's bad too. It just, it feels bad, having no shadows on the rocks falling and stuff like that gives you, it puts you at a big disadvantage. And so you slow down to worry about that, but then you have to speed back up to make some of those jumps, and a lot of that stuff just doesn't feel good to do. And that's probably the big problem with it. And they do a really good job of throwing jumps at you in the middle of other shit. And so, you have to, it's not that hard to react to enemies showing up, but at the same time, slowing down to handle an enemy or, because it takes too many shots to blow everything up. Like some of those tanks, like I don't think I blew a single one up because, I was dumping on them pretty good, but it never took them down. And that's not cool either. So, it's just, it's messy. Like there are some tweaks you could make to this game that I think would just make it a lot more enjoyable, which is maybe more frustrating than anything else. Is like you see it and you're like, there's stuff here that if the enemy layout was a little bit cooler and the jumps were, just that they didn't throw all that stuff at you at once in ways that made the game less fun, it would have a different type of challenge, and I think that would be just a better game overall. It's certainly not as good as Double Dribble. We did not copy the list over. Let's just make sure that we're working with the most recent version of the list here, because there we go. It's better than Time Lord. It is better than Bart versus the World. It's better than Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It's better than RoboCop. It's better than Bomberman 1. It's no Marble Madness. In fact, let's extend this downward a little bit here. Dick Tracy is ambitious and it's a better game than BreakThru. Paperboy is better than BreakThru. Yo Noid is better than BreakThru. It's better than RoboCop. It's no Fester's Quest. It's no Gumshoe. It's better than Yoshi. As a concept and as a game. Is it better than this port of Shinobi? I don't think it is. It's not. It's our new number 289. BreakThru. I did not think we would get through. That's the whole list for today. I thought that Final Fantasy was going to take up a lot more time than it did. And so I'm surprised that we got to everything. But there you have it. BreakThru at number 289. It's no Puss in Boots Perros Great Adventure. I think we can all agree. But it ain't cool. That game ain't cool. That's for sure. And so there you have it. That's going to do it for this week's batch of games. If you would like to contribute names for the list, you can sign up for the Gerstmann Advisory Panel over at patreon.com/Jeff Gerstmann. And then you can suggest games. You get on the Discord. There's a bunch of bonus content there, ad-free podcasts, all that sort of stuff. And we'll be back next Friday with more of this. But this will be the last one for 2024, huh? Not bad. Not a bad bunch of work here over the past year and change here. 73 episodes in, 440 games. We've still got plenty to go. Plenty to go. A lot. There's still a lot left. There's still a whole lot left. I'll be back on Tuesday with the podcast, so come on through and catch that. And and I will see you next week. Have a good one.